Hey. Do you know what's IQ 50? Making memes in MS Paint. You know what's IQ 100? Making memes in Photoshop. You know what's IQ 200? 3D printing it. Yeah, that's right. I wasted 20 minutes of my life making this, and now I'm going to show you how to do the same thing.
Now, you might be wondering, why would I ever want to do that? Well, the answer is 3D printing is really fun. It's really fun. Really fun.
We're going to be using this program called Tinkercad. It should already be open on the computer you're using. It's a 3D modeling program, and it's very intuitive, but more importantly, it's also free, because, well, our production budget is, Greece.
Get money, yeah, get money.
The first thing you need to know about using Tinkercad is how to move the camera. There are several controls, including using the mouse wheel to zoom in and out, using left click to rotate the camera, and using the middle mouse button to pan the camera. You can also press the home button in the corner to readjust your camera to its default position. There's also this box you can use to set your camera to an exact angle. This is particularly useful when you need a top-down view. Next, you need to know how to make an object. To make an object, pick any shape in the sidebar and place it in your area. You can then modify the object by resizing it, rotating it, and repositioning it. Tinkercad uses a system where there are two types of objects. There's shapes, and then there's holes. Notice how you can make any shape into a hole, or vice versa, by selecting this menu. Let's try out the skills you just learned by making a stickman. Now that we made the stickman, let's name it My Life. And what we're going to do is just add holes to it until there's nothing left anymore. It's just falling to shambles and everything's ruined and
It's just stressful and there's nothing left, there's no meaning, there's no happiness.
Hey, is this a metaphor? Now that you're an absolute expert at Tinkercad, try to recreate this name tag. It's what we'll ultimately be printing out. Now your two hints at making this is 1. Don't make the hole spelling out your name go through the entire object. It should only go halfway. And 2, don't make it too thick. This ain't no goth GF. And after that, you're done. Select this menu here to export to STL. STL, by the way, stands for Smack 10-year-olds. Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 17, why?
Good enough. You're going to take your STL file, put it on a USB, and then take it to that computer. And then you're going to find your STL file and load it into this slicer program. Go to the Slicer tab and make sure all your settings are identical to what you see on the screen. Once you're sure, click Slice. You will then be taken to the Print Preview tab. Here, it'll tell you about how long your print will take. If it takes more than 10 minutes or so, go back to the Object Placement tab and resize your object. Keep in mind that each square on your work area grid is 1 centimeter, and that your entire object shouldn't be more than 4 centimeters long while being half a centimeter thick. Alright, congratulations! In about 10 minutes or so, you should be done your first 3D print. Join us next time where we'll learn how to print Catgirl figurines for medical purposes.